Hi, I'm Mrs. Yu Ren, and I'd like to walk you through some basic steps for creating a resume that is effective and professional. In this video, we'll look at how to prepare to write a resume and how to lay out your resume in Microsoft Word. After watching this video, you'll easily be able to fill in the layout we create together and have your own personal resume. Before we begin, I'd like to give you an organizational tip that will help you in creating your resume, editing your resume, and filling out other job applications. The purpose of a resume is to provide a summary of your skills, abilities, and accomplishments. It's good to keep note of these things, your skills, abilities, accomplishments, and experiences. So find a manila folder or a simple notebook. Use this folder or notebook to write down your job experiences as you work. Include the company, job title, basic job requirements, company address, phone number, when you were hired, when you resigned from the position, your supervisor's name and contact information, and your salary. In the same way you wrote your work experience, create a section for your education and write it down as you attend school. Include the school's name, school's address and phone number, type of degree, your average GPA, number of units completed, and when you graduated or will graduate. The number of units may be more applicable when you get to college, but if you know the number of high school units you will complete, write that down too, just for reference. It will also be helpful to write down skills, abilities, and accomplishments as you discover and experience them. Listen to what positive things people say about you. If you're working on a team and someone says, "You be the leader," you make a great team leader. Grab that folder or notebook and write down natural team leadership in your skills section. When you receive a message that you will be graduating with honors, again, grab that folder or notebook and in the honors section, write down graduated high school with honors. Before sitting down to write your resume at the computer, you'll want to collect some supplies and information. You'll want to grab the manila folder or notebook with all your past experience, a pen to write down those things that you don't have written down yet, and a computer or mobile device that you can use to look up information that you don't have written down. Before laying out your resume and typing it up, make sure you have all the basic information you need. If you're missing an address or a phone number for a school or employer, you can usually find it by searching on Google or another search engine. If you gather new information, add it to your folder or notebook. Now that you have the information you need, open a new document in Microsoft Word. The first thing you will put on your resume will be the header. The header includes your basic contact information, your name, first and last, your home address, your phone number, and your email address. Format your name as a title, center all the header information, and since we'll be using size 12 font for our resume body, let's make the basic contact information size 13. Set your line spacing to single space. If you press Enter or Return, Microsoft Word may auto-format your email address into a hyperlink. To remove the hyperlink, right-click and click Remove Hyperlink. After you create your header, make your section headers. Create a header for the different sections of your resume: work experience, education and training, awards and accomplishments, and references. After each header, press Enter or Return twice to create a blank line between each header. Make all of your headers bold. It is best if your section headers are the same size as your basic contact information in your header, so size 13 is a good font. When your section headers are in place, you'll want to fill in entries for each section. Let's begin with the work experience section. Click the blank space between work experience and education and training. Immediately change the font so that it is size 12 and not bold. For a work experience entry, you will list the company's name and address, the dates you worked for that job, your job title, and your job responsibilities. First type the company's name and address. Then press Tab a couple of times and type the dates that you worked for the company. If the text goes on to the next line, delete one of your tab spaces. Then press Enter or Return to put your job title on the next line, and again to put the words Job Responsibilities on the following line. Next, you'll want to fill in a bulleted list of your job responsibilities. This list does not have to include every responsibility that you had in this position, but remember you're giving your future employers an idea of the skills and abilities that you have. When you complete this entry, make sure the entry is single-spaced. To allow your job title to stand out, make your job title italicized. After you create one entry, you can copy and paste it to use as a template for the next entry. This works well in keeping things consistent, which is very important for your resume. But if you do this, be sure to double and triple check your entries so that you don't accidentally forget to change the original information to the corresponding information for this entry. And while you're filling in your next entry, you may find that the information won't fit into the same space. If that's true, alter your information where appropriate. For example, use abbreviations for months. If you change the months to abbreviations in this entry, though, be sure to go back and change the months in the previous entry. Next, click the blank space between Education and Training and Awards and Accomplishments. Change the font so that it's size 12 and not bold. For an Education and Training entry, you will list the school's name and city, the date you attended, and the degree or certificate you earned. First, type the school's name and address. Then press Tab a couple times and type the dates that you attended. You can note the semesters you began and ended rather than exact dates. Then press Enter or Return to enter the degree that you earned. When you complete this entry, make sure the entry is single-spaced. For an Awards and Accomplishments entry, click the space between Awards and Accomplishments and References. Change the font so that it is size 12 and not bold. Enter the name of the award, and press Tab several times till your cursor lines up with the dates in the previous sections. Then enter the date that you received the award. If this is a school award, you can note the semester that you received the award or just the academic year in which you received the award. You typically want your resume just to be one single page, but if you're running out of room, this is a natural place to enter a page break. Click the blank space after References. Change the font so that it is size 12 and not bold. In a reference entry, you'll want to include the name of the person you will use as a reference, their title and a workplace, their phone number, and their email address. Some people also include their work or home address, but the most important thing is that your future employer can contact this reference person. For this section, we're going to keep all the information on one line and use a dot symbol to separate the information for each person. Just as in the header, you'll want to remove the hyperlink in the person's email, so right-click and click Remove Hyperlink for this email address. Commonly, people expect to see 3 references, so add 2 more people to your references list. Now you have a very simple but very effective resume that you can provide when applying for jobs. You'll notice all the information is in chronological order from most recent to least recent, meaning just happened to happened a long time ago. Make sure that all your information in each section is organized the same way. And good luck job hunting!